Hi guys, hope you're all okay. It's Chantel. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a review of the brand new fragrance by Paco Rabanne, and it's the Olympea Blossom fragrance. Now I've been so excited to get this fragrance because I do really like the original Olympea. I think it's really unique, it's a bit different, and I just really love it. I love it so much in the summertime. I think it's an amazing sort of summer fragrance. It's got that sort of salt note in there, and I was so excited for this one. So I've been using it for a little while since I got it, just to get an overall impression on it, and I'm going to share my thoughts with you today. So I'll start off by showing you the box it came in. This is the box. It's just a really nice box, which is similar to the original Olympea, but this has got like an added floral design on there. So yeah, quite a nice box. And then the bottle looks like this. I just got the 30ml bottle. I know on the bigger bottles you've got like a sort of gold casting around the edges, and I'm sure the lid is like a black colour if I'm not mistaken, but I just thought I'd get the 30ml just to try it out because I wasn't sure how this one was going to go. So I'm going to start off by going through the notes with you. The top is damask rose and pink pepper. The mid is pear, sorbet and blackcurrant, and the base vanilla, salt, cashmere and patchouli. So to me, this is a sweet sort of fruity fragrance. For the most part, I get quite a lot of those pear notes and blackcurrant notes. It definitely leans to more of a fruity category. And when I first tried this, when I first sprayed it on, I was hit with like a blast of that pink peppercorn, and it was really strong and overpowering. If you don't like a peppery note, you'll probably not like the opening of this at all. But the note stays present throughout the fragrance, but it does sort of die down a little bit towards the mid and base. You also get a little bit of rose in the opening. It's like a sort of sweet, delicate rose, quite fresh and uplifting, and accompanied with that peppercorn note, it gives a bit of a fizziness to it. Then when the fragrance dries down a little bit, that pear note really stands out. It's like as if you've got a poached pear. It's that sort of smell of a warm poached pear. It's quite warming, and you also get like the blackcurrant notes thrown in there, and it's in the mid when you get that sort of fizzy fruity vibe from the fragrance. It's not till the dry down that the salt note comes in, and that's the only resemblance it's got to the original Olympea. To me, it doesn't smell really anything alike. It's just that little hint of the salt note that comes through in the base of this fragrance. That is the only comparison to the original. It also gets a little bit musky on the dry down, and it does smell really good on the very dry down. I quite enjoyed that. But if you're out there thinking that this is just going to be a sort of spin on the original, it's not at all. This to me could be a whole new fragrance because it just smells totally different in my opinion. As I say, the only sort of similarity is that salt note, and to be honest, it just does smell totally different. I'm going to tell you what this fragrance reminds me of, and it's probably going to sound pretty strange to you if you haven't sort of experienced it. But when I went for me food tasting, to do like the food tasting menu for my wedding. We tried these like little palate cleansers, and what it was a bowl of sorbet with cotton candy on top, and they poured over like Prosecco, and they tasted amazing, and the smell of them, of like the fizzing of the cotton candy, just smelled amazing. But we also got to try a non-alcoholic version of it, and it was like a sorbet, and instead of the Prosecco they used a rose lemonade, and that's what this smells like to me. As if you've got like maybe a pear sorbet and you've got the black currant cotton candy on top, and you're pouring over a rose lemonade, and on the top they've sprinkled like the pink peppercorns just for show, and that's what this reminds me of. It's got that fizziness and fruitiness and like a little bit of the pepper in there, and honestly it reminds us of that so much. So if you can sort of imagine how that would smell, yeah, imagining how this fragrance smells, because it's got that similar sort of vibe, and it just reminds us of me wedding tasting, which probably sounds so strange to use, but yeah, that's what it reminds me of, and it's the best way I can describe it. So my overall thoughts on this fragrance is that it's nice, it's very likeable, it's quite versatile. I think it would make like a good signature scent. I think it would smell amazing in like the spring and summer months with that fizzy vibe to it. It is a really nice fragrance, but I'm a little bit disappointed that it's not like the original in any way. I think the original's like super unique. It's got something different about it. It's not like your run-of-the-mill fragrance. And this one, I wouldn't say it's totally generic, but it hasn't got like the oomph that I get from the original, if that makes sense. I wouldn't like run out and buy this if I had just got like a tester. I don't think I would add it to my collection, but that's just my thoughts on it. I definitely would recommend you go and smelling it, because it could be something that you absolutely fall in love with. It is a good fragrance. It smells really nice. It's just a fruity sort of floral sweet perfume. Isn't something that I generally go for. I usually go for something a little bit darker, a little bit more mysterious, and that's just my taste. So you could absolutely love this. So I would definitely try and get a tester of it. I don't think it's a safe blind buy. I think definitely go and test it out. But yeah, it's nice and it's quite refreshing for like your spring and summer months. So I do like it, but it's definitely not a love for me. And another thing that I think pulls this fragrance down massively is, on me, it doesn't last very long at all. The original Olympia I get quite long lasting power from, but this one I'd say only projects for maybe the first 3 hours on me, and then it sits really close to the skin. I'll have to do more testing of it, and I'll keep you updated and see if it changes. It could be that my skin's a little bit more drier than usual, because we are in winter time here and it's super cold, which does dry my skin out. And I don't think this fragrance is sitting well on my skin. It's not attaching to my skin very well. It just seems to be soaking up and disappearing, which isn't good. But yeah, it's a nice fragrance, definitely worth a try, but nothing like the well-loved original Olympia. So yeah, that's Olympea Blossom. I hope you all enjoyed the review and it's helped you out a little bit. If you enjoyed it, I'd love it if you give us a big thumbs up. Comment below, let me know if you're wanting to buy this one or if you've tried it and what you think of it. I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Press the notification bell and you'll be notified on my next upload. And I'll see you all very, very soon on the next one, guys. Bye.